So I'm now joined here with Kenny Bogue. Firstly, Kenny, thank you for coming on.
You're welcome.
We'll just jump straight into it. Last night's result at Parkhead, 2-0 to Valencia. First of all, where did you think it went wrong?
Well, I think again it's defensive frailties for Celtic in Europe, which seems to be their undoing all the time. I feel a lot of the fans felt that they might get a result last night, but I think people forget that Valencia are a La Liga side, they're a quality side, and the Spanish football, let's be honest, it's much better than Scottish football, but again, it's defensive frailties. I mean, the two goals were defensive mistakes. Roger said himself that they need to cut out these mistakes, and if they can cut out these mistakes, then potentially they can go further in Europe. But I think we have to remember where we are in football standings, and La Liga is a far better league, so I think it's a result that was sort of expected, so to speak.
If we were to signal out maybe a certain player, Izagiri last night at left back, the kind of consensus is he didn't have a good game. Johnny Hayes started the cup game against St Johnstone at left back, which isn't his natural position. Obviously, Kieran Tierney's out. Do you think Brendan Rodgers should have gambled and went with Johnny Hayes against Valencia?
Not at all, because you'd play your natural left back, wouldn't you? And Izagiri is a natural left back. I mean, Johnny Hayes, let's be honest, he was playing St Johnstone, and I had to watch that game, the highlights. St Johnstone didn't show up for that game, so I could have had a good game at left back.
Rodgers then went on to say that despite the poor performance by his side, they can go on to kind of turn the tie around in Valencia. Do you believe that?
I doubt it very much, let's be honest. The Mestalla is a very difficult place to go, and I mean, Celtic are good in the breakaway in Europe away from home, but I don't know. I could see Valencia. They would need to score 4 probably, because Valencia will score over there, so it's a tough task.
The debate that's kind of been going on in Scottish football for months, it seems now, is the plastic pitch debate, whether it's good for Scottish football or whether it's bad. Where do you stand with this?
I don't know. I think it's good for clubs financially, because clubs, like clubs don't make a lot of money, and it's good for the community as well. The community can come and use the park, and the players can train in the park as well. The parks can be used in winter. But then if you listen to a lot of the players feel that, I think the biggest problem is recovery time. I mean, a lot of older players, I understand, they find it very difficult to recover from playing the plastic park, and also the movement of the ball. Compared to grass, they seem to never know what way the ball's going to go. But I can understand why they use plastic pitches, but then why are all the kind of, not poorer clubs, but why are the kind of, less financial viable clubs, why are they not using them as well?
So would you suggest that maybe some consistency with the plastic pitches, if we're going to do it, why don't all kind of, not necessarily smaller teams, but teams who are maybe struggling financially should do it? Or do you think there should be this, like what we're happening right now, there should be a hybrid of pitches?
I think the government should step in and help clubs out, because football is important to Scotland. It's a national sport, isn't it? And I don't know why the government don't step in, help clubs out with funding if they can, and improve things for everyone.
Scottish Cup fixtures. Obviously, we spoke about the TV coverage within BBC and Premier Sport. First, we'll actually go into the fixtures themselves. Is there any tie that stands out to you?
I think Hibs Celtic should be a pretty tasty tie. Hibs have got quite a good record at Easter Road against Celtic, so that one should be. Whoever, of course, Kilmarnock or Rangers, whoever wins the replay, will face, of course, Aberdeen at Pittodrie, which is always a powder keg one.
Yeah.
Hearts have been, let's say, fortunate with the ties, but you never know. Partick Thistle could come back.
Then you've also got Dundee will be taking on Inverness or Ross County and Highland Derby. That's an all championship clash there. Do you see any team kind of going through in that one?
Well, I think it's good to see that there will be a championship side in the semi-finals. It's good for Scottish football, and also gives them a chance. But you've got to be looking, if you're one of the Premier League clubs, hoping if you get to the semi-final to draw the championship side, obviously.
So then you have the TV deal. Obviously, Premier Sports is new to Scottish football now, and BBC, they're introducing their new channel. Premier Sports have kind of relied heavily on choosing old firm fixtures, whereas BBC have went for maybe kind of slightly more unique fixtures, particularly last year with Talbot and Ayr. Do you think Premier Sports should maybe be dropping the old firm and maybe looking for that kind of that drive for something different, or do you think they should stick with kind of what's historically been successful?
Well, I think Premier Sports are only daft, because it's a subscription to Premier Sports, so you have to pay for the game. So there's more old firm fans, so you're more likely to make money by showing those games, because the fans will then have to purchase the game to watch it. Also, your pubs and clubs will have to purchase the games. Obviously, they pay a higher premium. So Premier Sports have obviously got their head screwed on when it comes to making money, and that's why they're showing the old firm, for the fact that they're going to make more money.
Do you think that could potentially backfire, say if Rangers don't beat Kilmarnock at Ibrox?
I don't know, because Aberdeen and Kilmarnock fans will still want to watch the game, so they'll pay the money, and Pittodrie's a long way away, so a lot of Kilmarnock fans will want to see the match, so they'll subscribe to it. Why not? So I think you could pay a one-off payment and that's you got the game. So
Moving ahead to this weekend's fixtures in the Scottish Premiership, there's a couple of great games. Is there any that's standing out for you?
Well, Sunday's game, obviously, first v third, Celtic v Kilmarnock.
It's a big game.
Kilmarnock v Celtic, sorry. And, I mean, Celtic having to get a great record since Steve Clark's been there anyway. Celtic have struggled, well, a lot of the big teams have struggled at Rugby Park, so I think that's got to be the game of the weekend, so to speak. You'd expect Rangers to beat St Johnstone. What other ties
You've also got at the bottom end of the table, there's ties such as Dundee and Livingston. At Livingston are kind of losing a bit of form right now.
Well, again, a lot of teams struggle on Livingston's plastic park, don't they? I mean, Livingston's had great results this season, and to be double promotion and then be sitting, what are they, 6 or something like that? So, yeah, that I'd say you'd expect Livingston to win that one, wouldn't you?
Motherwell can make it 6 wins in a row if they beat Hearts at Fir Park on Sunday, the early kick-off.
But Hearts have got a lot of their players back now, haven't they? Hearts have must have been a good wee run. I think whenever Stephen Naismith plays, Hearts win. So if you're a Motherwell fan, you're hoping Naismith isn't playing. But again, Motherwell in a good run. So yeah, that should be a good game. 2 tasty games on Sunday, both televised. So good for Scottish football.
Well, thank you for joining me, Kenny, and we'll hope to see you next week as well.
Thank you.
Cheers.